first Pride was 1974, and that's where I came out. I'd just come back from South America, was reading the body politic on the sly, had no idea how to break into this community because bars were like really scary, right? And then I saw this ad for a demonstration, and I'd been involved in anti-Vietnam War stuff, and demonstrations were a site that I felt comfortable in, so I thought, okay, there's going to be this demonstration, so I'll go with this demonstration. And that started at Allen Gardens and marched to Queen's Park and back, and there were 50 people maybe, and the advantage of having only 50 people was that I was recognized as a new face in the crowd, snapped up, taken home, had sex with, given gay liberation literature, and told to come back when I finished reading, right? So my entry into the community was rapid, right, in that way, and I think probably within a few months I was on the collective of the body politic and, part of this very young movement that had only started a couple of years before. We saw all of these closeted lesbians and gay men as our constituency that needed to be organized. Whereas queer politics today looks at the more normative lesbian and gay community and sees it like as a foil against which I can show how politically correct and better my life is, right? And there's like not really, and there's not this sense of, okay, if the way I'm doing things is in fact different and better, then how do I make sure that this becomes how society works?
But you see, I take a different take there. In that I think of something like Black Lives Matter, which is very much led by queer and trans people, and I see that there is a way in which people perhaps are not focusing on old models but developing new ones. There is a way in which people feel that perhaps the gay rights agenda has been won. Although for every gay identified person who's arrested every year, there is a greater number of trans sex workers who are arrested every day. So I think we again have to make that shift to understand who's the we and how that we, as it's often imagined, and certainly was imagined in the 70s and 80s, could be an exclusive. I teach an LGBT studio course at OCAD. About a third or more of the class now, their main issue is they're non-binary, trans, and bi. One of the things I show my students is online is the film from the early 1900s by Magnus Hirschfeld. I guess he's the original gay liberationist in a way from Germany, and it's so interesting to show students and have us think about the representation of gay bars in that period, and that would be probably the first documented. I tell them it's the first documented gay bar situation in cinema. I mean, one of the things that strikes me about as a critique of my own generation is I think that there was a sense of Stonewall as somehow releasing trans historical essential identity, whereas in fact these identities around sexuality and gender and their intersection have been changing continually over time and over different places and things. And the whole thing again is also around coming out. So for instance, some of my students are not out to their parents, or they're variously out. There's a sense of being out, and I'm not sure if I'm always out. So for instance, Tim and I travel a lot. Are we always out? I'm not sure.
People ask us if I'm his father.
He's only 3 years older than me, so... So that means we're not always out, I guess.